Hi everyone, test 1, 2. It looks like to me like the audio is only coming through in one ear. Assuming you're listening with your ears. One side, the left channel. So let me work on fixing that. Give me one moment. And if you could confirm in the chat that you hear me, but only through the left channel, that's helpful information. And I realize my volume is probably low relative to the music as well. I gotta fix that. All right, I'm back, and hopefully in both of your ears. The mic is mono, but it needs to be sent to both channels, and I believe it is, and I'm just switching to the next song. This song means there is 1 minute and 3 seconds left till it's time for me to begin, and boy, am I trying to get this together at last minute. So I'll see you in about a minute. A few more things to plug in and unplug. Oh, I don't have my headphones on. You know what? We're going to live without those for today. I will see you in a moment. I'm muting myself. Hello, good morning. Happy Coding Train Friday. I am coming to you live from the Hudson Valley of New York State in a garage with new lights, a new monitor, little confidence monitor attached to my camera. Am I looking at you? Does this look like I'm speaking directly to you? Because right now I'm just looking at myself. But if I look at the camera lens, now I'm really looking at the lens, but typically my eye goes up to look this way. And I would just like to know, if I look at myself while I'm talking, do you feel the connection between us? I know it might seem a little bit forced and fake now that you realize that I can't actually see you. Oh, there's an airplane flying overhead. There's a truck delivering something. Gloria is hanging out in the grass in the sunshine. Programmer 171 is writing in the chat, I am 13 years old and I love your videos. I code in Java for most of my games and I like your videos because they can be easily understood by anyone. Ah, Programmer 171, you just made my day. Thank you for that wonderful feedback. My son is also 13 years old. His new hobby, I guess maybe I shouldn't be broadcasting this all across the internet, but I'm about to do it anyway, is building mechanical keyboards. So stay tuned for a future Coding Train live session here in this garage where I build a mechanical keyboard. And if you happen to be a mechanical keyboard builder expert person, I would love to hear from you. You could write messages in the chat, but I'm only going to very rarely turn my head this way to see them. I see right now Julian is saying first time catching you live. Welcome first timers to Coding Train Live. A little like ding-dong Discord sound just went off. I have no idea where that's from or if I got a message somewhere. I have too many screens, many screens. Oh, I have so many new things to show you. Before I do any of that, let me quickly thank, and boy, all of you should really thank this sponsor, CuriosityStream. You can sign up at curiositystream.com/codingtrain. It helps, CuriosityStream keeps the engine running. What is CuriosityStream, you might be asking? Oh, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do like a better sponsor segment in the middle because I have some things I want to show you, but let me test out some of my new technology. Oh, look! This is CuriosityStream. It is a wonderful streaming documentary, is a streaming thing. Oh, I'm not prepared. Did I mention I'm not prepared? I'm sorry, CuriosityStream. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Please don't fire me. CuriosityStream is a streaming service with lots of wonderful documentaries. So many things related to, let's see if I can do this. Now I'm in the screen too. Related to this channel, I particularly love the nature and environment stuff. That's kind of what I enjoy watching, but I think if you're a Coding Train viewer, the science, the math, I'm looking for any of Dr. Hannah Fry's videos, the ancient engineering, becoming a Martian. Look at all this stuff. I have not, there's just so much stuff to watch. There it is, magic numbers. It's for me. Yes, it is for me. But even better than just telling you about CuriosityStream, but I'm not even doing, say, I have a whole script for my sponsor segment later. And this was just me like warming up. I'm kind of going off into my script, but it's not scripted and I'm not prepared. I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. We're going to get to coding today. Some coding is going to happen. I am part of a streaming service called Nebula, which is a bunch of educational creators on YouTube got together from Standard and started this streaming service. I think if I go here, and the thing about CuriosityStream is if you sign up through that link, you're going to get a, it says it in the description of this video. See how unprepared I am without my script? I think it's, I just don't want to say the wrong amount. Oh, I'm doing so well. This is good, thank you. The practice later. Where is my, oh yeah, here's my, no. There it is. No, find your secret key. No, that's my instructions for 1Password. Yes, 26% off. That's less than 26% off for the whole year. CuriosityStream for $14.79. It's like a little bit more than $1 per month if you do the math. And you get Nebula for free. Well, I was telling you about Nebula. Nebula has all this amazing stuff. I want to talk to you about this Better Elevation series. I got to do that later during my break. If you want to support the Coding Train, there are so many ways you could do so, and one of those ways is to sign up for CuriosityStream at curiositystream.com/codingtrain. Okay. This was rehearsal, right, everybody? Okay, great rehearsal. I'm going to get ready to live stream now. Let's go to the starting animation. Oh, I don't have a button for that because I forgot to set that button. There it is. Let's put the music on. Okay, I'm going to mute my audio. That was a great rehearsal, everybody. My whole team here, production team, director, producer, cue card holder, hair and makeup department, all of you here with me in the garage. Just me. There's nobody else but me. And here we go. I'm ready to go live in 3, 2, 1. Hello! Welcome to the Coding Train, coming to you live from the Hudson Valley of New York. Thank you. Today's sponsor, CuriosityStream. Sign up for CuriosityStream at curiositystream.com/codingtrain for 26% off, $14.79 for the whole year. A whole amazing library of wonderful documentaries for you to watch, and you get Nebula, the streaming service, for free. I'll come back later and tell you a bit more about that during my sponsor segment. Okay, now, let's see here. All right. Now that we got that all out of the way, what am I going to do today? So first things first, I want to just sort of talk you through what I've got going on here in the studio. At some point, I would very much like to make a studio. Sorry, there's a huge truck. Do you hear that? So I moved, and the truck is delivering a bed. I've been sleeping on the floor for quite a while. The mattress on the floor, it's perfectly fine. The bed is being delivered. This giant truck is trying to get out of the driveway now. It already was delivered. I'm feeling very stressed out about it. Anyway, live. I want to say like, welcome to live TV, but this is not TV. Nope, never made it onto TV. I'm an old person who I don't know if I ever even auditioned to be on TV, but nobody said to me, hey, you should be on TV. I just said to myself, I should be on TV. And then I made a YouTube channel, and here I am on your tubes. So let's talk about the new studio. So what you're seeing is camera one. Camera one is pointing at this desk. You can actually see, I don't know why this button is broken, but I'm just going to go to here. This is actually what the camera is seeing. It is me standing in front of a green curtain. I have a new light over here. You can see how bright that is. I'm going to turn it off for a second. This is not hooked up. It has a network plug, but it is not hooked up. So now it is darker. I also have another light over here, which I have hooked up to the network, so I can press a button on my Stream Deck and it goes off. So I'm turning this one on. I'm going to turn the other one on. One thing that I haven't really had a chance to do is sort of sort out all the settings on my camera. Like, it's a Sony Alpha 7 III is the camera that I'm using, and it's at some arbitrary ISO. I think there's other camera settings, white balance, color temperature. So I'm curious in general if you happen to be a video expert or just a person watching, any feedback. I'm not going to really get it now. I would suggest joining the Discord, and that's a place where you can more reliably pass along some feedback that will get to me in terms of the lighting and setup of this view. I would, and you can see like I've got the full green here. And now this is Open Broadcast Studio in a Stream Deck. I press this button, it switches me to this view. I have another button for the banner. Just have a background. My dream now is to have, I mean, I've been doing this forever and it's essentially the same thing that you've always been watching, but it's just sort of set up anew. I mean, David in the Discord was pointing out to me that like I've set up a new studio like 4 times in the last 2 years. This is gonna be, I'm hoping, the studio for the next, well, at least 1 year and probably 2 years. And then we'll sort of see from there. I mean, maybe forever. Or if 3 months from now, I'll be like, hey, I'm moving again. I forgot what I was saying. So this is it keyed. Oh, my dream is to start having like coding train code examples and little animations and Easter eggs popping up and maybe some real-time interaction stuff. So all of that is coming. I just want to be able to see the chat here. So over here, I have a monitor, which has Open Broadcast Studio running. I see the YouTube chat. In theory, I see the Discord chat, but unfortunately that disappeared. You hear the truck, says Prathamesh in the Discord chat. Hi again to Naresh. So I'm trying to do a better job. One of the reasons why I got this extra confidence monitor is it encourages me to look this way and look at the camera. I often find myself live streaming like this, but the reason why I like having a monitor over here is the other view that I have takes this laptop HDMI out, brings it in. I have a brand new streaming PC. That's really the big difference here, and I've had to like install and set everything up, and I've been doing it since about 8:30 a.m. I thought 2 hours will be enough, but we'll see. I did some of it last Friday. So if I switch here, I believe if I press this button, this is just the raw laptop. You can see I've got my October spooky month background here. If I press this button, I appear. I didn't use any of the transitions that are in OBS to have me fade in. And I see that Programmer 170. Oh no, Rusty Nail. Whiteboard. Yeah, Programmer 1. So it's coming. So Rusty Nail asked, I'm going to join your Discord. I don't think this button. Let's see if this button. It doesn't work. So for some reason, my YouTube button's on my Stream Deck. I have a button that should post something to the chat. It's not working. I also have a button that should show me how many people are watching, which is also not working. Anyway, so you can see here, the reason why I like to have this view is I often, as if I'm reporting the weather to you, I like to open up P5JS web editor and make the font quite a bit bigger. And then I can say, tomorrow's weather will be 400 by 400 canvas with gray skies. You know what? Let's make it have blue skies. Tomorrow's weather, P5 weather, is blue skies. So that is all the setup here. Now, what is this, you might ask? This is a new iPad. I even have a pencil. It's not a real pencil. It's an Apple Pencil. Not a sponsor, though. I'm totally available, Apple. I'm available. No chance of that. So I think it's Procreate. Procreate is the software that I installed. I have, for example, this beautiful, so this has HDMI out as well, and it's going into another capture. Oh, unsupported signal. Okay, came back. And if I press this button, ooh, I think this cable is a little bit wonky. I think this This particular USB-C to HDMI out dongle is kind of unhappy, but I do have, I do now have this that I can draw and do diagrams to, but I really don't, interesting option. I can also, and see, it just keeps going in and out. So I might not use that too much today, but I also, today I was sort of like, oh, this is interesting since I want to talk about CuriosityStream and Nebula. I can open those up. Let me just go to the Nebula main screen here and show you that. So this is, I thought, is useful. It's another way for me to show and display content while streaming. It kind of is like this ugly like hunk of thing metal here. So I don't love what that adds, and maybe I guess I could put some stickers on it, or maybe I don't want to use it, I'll take that away. But what you've all been waiting for. Ah, wait, no, okay, hold on, you don't hear that. So one of the things that I neglected to do was set up the audio routing correctly. Is it here is the question. So I need to, in this, if I want you to be able to hear audio, I've got to go to Audio Input Capture, Add Existing Laptop Audio, okay. Now in this view, wait, what view did I just end up in? This view. This view. Yes, now you should hear, oh, do you not hear me? No, you do hear me. Okay, there's just too many things here. Remove, can I remove this? Hide. No, how? Remove, delete, there's like so many. Can I move this up? Come on, OBS. I guess I could just do hide. I'm just going to do hide. Gloria, it's okay. All right. That drum roll really didn't lead to anything, did it? Okay, here it comes. Ready? I have no idea if this is going to work. Here comes everybody. Look at that. Okay. You hear me? The drum roll has gone away because I didn't add that audio. I'm walking over. I'm going to get a marker. I'm walking over, and here I am. Now, there's a couple issues with this setup. I do have a light. I've had to position the light in such a way, oh boy, I'm a little bit taller than what the camera is seeing. I want to work on that. I had to position the light in such a way that it doesn't reflect off of this very glossy finish. So I can see it's a little shadowy. Oh, I have an extra light that I didn't hook up. So I do have one more light that I definitely want to add. Should I put it on now? That will help. Give me a second. Let's do that. I need an extension cord for it, but I can plug it in. I think I can plug it in here. I just have to not trip over it. And then let's see. This one is connected to the internet over here. Where am I here? So like I think this button, which turns off this light, should also turn on the other light. Did that happen? No. Oh, it needs to be plugged in. It is now on. Okay, so now I'm going back. I can't see. Take double-sided tape and put the adapter on the back of the iPad rack. Oh, that's very smart, Marvin. Thank you for that suggestion. All right, so now I'm coming back. It's a little bit better because I have one extra very light. So here we go. Here I am. If I need to draw a diagram, like here is a velocity vector, and here is the target for the vehicle and its desired velocity. I am now able to do that as well, but I think that this, so first of all, the only extra tripod I had maybe goes at best like 5 feet. So it needs to be higher, I think. And I think it's probably askew, and it's sort of pointed down, so I need to have it point up. Hopefully the focus is okay. I can see some shadowing, so I'm not sure. So your feedback is welcome and appreciated. First day using this, I probably should get some more lights, or maybe just some different camera settings to brighten it up, and try to reduce the shadowing. Incidentally, I just want to move this for a second. What's here? Is this locked? I think I locked this. Are you seeing this? Is this reading? Wait, how do I unlock this door? There we go. Ah, there we go. It's the great outdoors. So I don't know, hopefully the mic is still working. You can still hear me, but I have some dreams. Like maybe I could set up my laptop here. It's a beautiful day. You hear the birds, the sun is out. Breathe in the nature. This roof of the garage, I think, needs to be replaced. It's going to be a big project. So there's a lot of things that have got to happen to make this all come together. But anyway, I'm completely barefoot, so now my feet are kind of wet. Little natural green screen background. Let's see if I can close this. Do I do this to lock it? I can't figure it out. I'll lock it later. Bring the whiteboard back. There we go. So now you've seen pretty much all of the elements of the new studio. One of the things that is true about being over here is I absolutely cannot see the chat whatsoever. So for all I know, you've lost the audio, the stream has gone out, who knows? I can, out of the corner of my eye, see Open Broadcast Studio, so I do see myself, but I can't read the chat. So it might be worth, I have a table over here, like a little work table, to build the mechanical keyboard that maybe I can set up an extra monitor or something like that to be able to watch the chat while I'm here, or maybe over here, something like that. So yeah, so that's the setup. I don't know if I'm going to use this today, but there you go. I'm looking at the chat now. Mike's still perfect outside. That's good to know. It's good to know. It is a wireless lav, and I've got to come back over here. So here we are. All right. 10:55. Things are still a little rough with the coding train in terms of content production. A lot of my time is spent teaching and also setting up this new space. I hope to be back with regular live streams as of today. So I plan to live stream most Fridays. Next week is a little bit TBD. I've got some plans for October 29th. And then there'll be streams in November, except for Thanksgiving, some streams in December. We'll do a holiday fundraiser for processing. And then I've got lots of new plans that will begin to happen hopefully in January. So what kinds of things do I do? If you're new, if this is your first time watching, I spend a lot of time while I live stream kind of just chatting, chit-chatting, and like I'm doing now. It is my goal to have the live streams be a little bit more programmed. And so the kinds of things I like to do are share projects that people from the community have made. I'm not really so set up to do that today. I also like to look at the most recent videos that I have released, take a look through the comments, read some of the comments, answer some of the questions. And so that's what I'm going to start with. And then the other things that I want to do today are, I want to talk a little bit about how Discord, I have a, oh boy. I signed up for this, so I've got I had no reason to complain. But I spent a very good portion of last fall making a, I think, 4-part series. Let's go to the Coding Train website under maybe more, under learning, Discord bot. Oh, 6-part series. So I made these 6 videos on how to program your own Discord bot. An introduction to the concept, how the developer portal works, starting to write the code with discord.js, a library for interfacing with the Discord API, how to hide your API keys with .env, posting GIFs, and how to make a command handler. Look at all these wonderful thumbnails, and they're edited and produced, and it's no more of these old days where I just press the button and like tuck, 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 code, and press stop and release the video, edit it, zooming in and out and highlighting things to help make it, people seem to like that. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, but the result of that is I could spend a lot of time, effort, and money to produce a series like this, and libraries change, and it's pretty much out of date. And I would say this is quite the case for these Discord tutorials, unfortunately. Now, the one thing is true. You could still follow these tutorials and absolutely get your bot to work if you made sure to use the same version of the Discord.js package that I'm using in these videos. I've tested it. It still works. I don't know to what extent the Discord API itself will change, in which case some of the things that library is doing in the older version will be deprecated and actually stop working. But at the moment, it still works. However, it's a much better thing now to use the newest Discord.js library. I think it's version 13. It's not even a year ago. These came out in November and December. Not even 1 year did I make it with these videos. I would say probably the introduction is maybe still relevant. The developer portal is pretty much the same, although you've got to do a few evergreen. That's some evergreen content, maybe, because at least working with this .env file is a tried and true method that hasn't changed. Working with the API to get GIFs is the same, but posting them to Discord is a little bit different, and command handling has changed. So I don't know. Right now, I do not have the capacity to really re-record new versions of these, but I would like to spend some time. I have new examples, and I've been teaching the new examples in my NYU course. My goal with the coding train is I have my full-time day job teaching, have this sort of side business YouTube channel thing. I like to make videos that I can use in my classes, but also make them available to the wider YouTube audience. So I'm trying to balance it all. Haven't figured it out. So I don't know what to do about that, but at least today during the live stream, one thing I can do is kind of go through some new examples that I've made and point out what the steps are and talk about what the changes are. So if you wanted, hopefully I can give you a head start on if you followed these tutorials and you made something, how to upgrade to the next version. And I should really thank both Kobe and David, who are creators and maintainers of the Coding Train Discord bot, who gave me enormous amounts of help in figuring out how all this new stuff works. Okay, now let's see here. So I want to do that today. So 3 things. I want to go through my most recent. I could release a video live while I'm live streaming. You know what I'm going to do? At the end of today's live stream, I'm going to release the next video in my Nature of Code series because it's ready to go. So that's something you can, I think, look forward to. I'll do that today. And maybe I'll even show you a little preview of what it is during the live stream. So comments, update on Nature of Code steering behavior video series that's going on right now. Update on Discord stuff. And then I would like to, this will make everybody very happy. I hope, I got to watch the time. I got to get this started probably by like 12:45 at the latest. I would like to see, I would like to take a little return back to the old ways of how I used to make Coding Train content, which is during the live stream, I would pick a coding challenge topic and give myself an amount of time to try to program it. And then all the while I'm doing that, I would also be recording everything to disk so that later that coding challenge sequence could be, edited together with some light editing and released as a standalone video. Certainly these are the most watched videos on my channel, the ones that I did that way years ago. So, and my new setup in theory, I'm using this, I think it's called the Elgato ProCam capture card. So it has software that will record all of the HDMI inputs into the card to one big video file, which I can run in the background while I'm live streaming. And I have a TX NVIDIA 3080. I don't remember what it is, but I went through a lot of research to spec out a machine with a graphics card that I would hope would be able to handle both live streaming and recording to disk, multiple HDMI inputs. So we're going to see if that works. I'm not holding my breath. I'll definitely be doing it on the live stream. Whether the recording actually works in a way that it can be reused, we'll see. So that's kind of my plan.
Sorry, could you say that again?
No, I'm not going to say that again. Why does that happen? Why does the technology just spontaneously talk to us for no reason? I mean, there probably was a reason. I probably hit something, pressed something, did something. It asked me to say it again. I can't say it again. Don't make me say it again. You know what? Oh, that's what I should use the outdoors for. Reading the random numbers. Do I have the laptop audio here? Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. Press this button. No, why is that not? How come that doesn't work? Okay, does this button work for muting myself? Okay, I'm talking, I'm about to mute myself. Muted, and now I'm back and talking again. That button works. Naresh is asking, how did I get a 33? What do you say? What's the problem? 3080, or is it 3080, or is it 3080? I might be wrong. Hold on, let me get my little notebook to tell you about the specs of my new computer. I know there's a global GPU shortage. I think I must have just lucked out. I'm walking over here to my information booklet. I'm going to do a dramatic reading of the specs of the new computer that I purchased. You know, it's very hard for me to get back to my spot because, okay, so, all right, ports and connections. Oh, no, wait, come on. Isn't there just like a start, install, setup, benchmarks, tools and recovery, Windows. Should I upgrade to Windows 11 on it? Anybody know? I really just wanted to read to you the main specs. Is there another piece of paper? I don't know why it's not. I have this whole notebook. Yeah, I have an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 10 gigabyte Founders Edition video card. I don't know why I don't have the... There must have been like a separate paper. This is just like, this is going well. I was excited to do a random number reading, and then I was like, oh, I'll read about my computer, but I don't even know where they're, here's the random digits book. Okay, remember, I'm gonna get back to that. Remember that system I had where I would know my goal is to do, I guess I have to start over again now that I'm in a new studio. My goal is to read every number from this book. What book am I talking about? It is the book, it's very reflective, A Million Random Digits with 100,000 Normal Deviates. I'm still in the market for a original print edition of this book. And if I go into Discord, somebody might tell me I don't have the music here? Boy, I'm really hold on, let's see. Give me 1 second to add. I lost so many viewers in the last like 15 minutes. Audio input capture, laptop audio. Does this mute it, this button? Yeah, that button works. Okay, so now if I go here. Okay, everybody, here we go. This will be much better for me to sit outside and do this. Again, somebody, if anybody is watching and could tell me where I last left off. I know I could pull up Discord, but wait, I can pull up Discord on this computer. Don't worry, I'm going to get to something eventually. Okay, Discord, coding train, bot demo, is that where I go? I guess I could go there. Let's try that, and then I'm going to do this. be able to make Discord bigger by doing Shift Command plus. Oh wait. Oh, just Command plus. Okay. Here we go. Ah, it's there. Look at this. Thank you to Kobe. I am now in the Coding Train Discord. The command is /reading. So check where Schiffman stopped last reading the book of random numbers. And I need to continue reading the book at page 1. Thank you. Life is good sometimes when your computer systems work and tell you where you last were in the book that you're reading. Ah, yes. Okay. Page 1. You are all so nice to actually watch these live streams. I mean, if it were me, I'd just have shut this off already. I mean, to be fair, most of you did shut this off already, probably, or you just didn't bother to show up. But not you. If you're watching, you're the ones who are here. And mwah, I love you very much. Page 2. Page 1. Boy, I'm not very far. Wait a second. Seriously? Row 2? This entire book has many, many, many pages. Not just on page 1, row 2, column 0. All right, we're going to get further. Zero 8422 68953 19645 09303 23209 02560 15953 34764 35080 33606. All right. So now I read a row. Next time I'm going to be on page 1, row 2, and column 0. Is that a thing that I can say? Can I speaking of Discord bots, can I now say /reading, set or something? Set number, I don't know, maybe, I guess I'll need, oh, look at this. This is so cool. Oh, get a picture of the coding train in your inventory. I want this. I need an ID. What? Come on. Come on. Give me my character. Choo-choo bot is thinking. By the way, I'm in a steps competition right now, so it's really good that I'm doing this. All right, we'll see if it comes through for me. But this is so much fun. Join the Discord, join the Discord. We're going to do more. Oh, look, my inventory. Wow. Oh, inventory. Whoops. No, I got one. Oh, character. I don't know why. Lots of stuff is happening here. Anyway, I got Smile Robot, or Kobe got Smile Robot. That's exciting. Is it on the blockchain, maybe? No, I'm just... I did not say that. Backing away, turning the stream off. Goodbye. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you and good night. That was today's Coding Train live stream. I will see you... All right, I'm back. All right, let's get going here. Let me get to segment number 1, which is reviewing code a bot to read it for you. Reviewing recent videos. So I'm going to go to the channel. So the thing that I'm currently working on, if I go here under videos, what's going to happen is it's going to show all my private videos, which is fine. I don't think I have that many. Let me switch to... this is so weird what's going on here. I have this like fake not me channel. Let's go to videos. Okay, so, but I want to see the, no, that's fine. Anyway, I don't know how to do this. It's so hard. The most recent video that I produced, which was not particularly watched, I would say. Stig, by the way, is making a suggestion in the chat, which is something that I have already thought of, or maybe it was already mentioned to me. Maybe Stig, you incepted this into my brain previously, but this is a project I really do want to make. It's related to my interest in VTubing. But coming to you soon, a new channel with just a 24/7 live stream of me reading random numbers. Okay, so here I am. Let's go to this video. This video could have been in chapter 1. All right, so what this video is about, and I think there's actually a better way for me to demonstrate what it's about, is a concept known as scalar projection. And I'm actually just going to open up the code for it, where, oh, that is not the right one. Looks like we might have a mistake. Let's see. That's weird. Is that the thing that I just opened? Yeah, so this is not the correct code example. What's the other one here? That's the angle between. I think they might be inverted. No, they're both that. So something went wrong where this is not the correct code. Well, this is good for me to discover this. Let's see, scalar. So that's that. Let's go back. Angle between, containment, wander, 3 beef, lake bed, path following. Well, this I'm going to have to investigate. Somebody wants to file a GitHub issue on the Coding Train website right now. That was a unforeseen error, but I will just find the part in the video where the code example happens. And I think maybe it's here. Yeah. So this is the example that I wanted to pull up, where basically what's going on is I am taking a given vector, right? A particular vector that is in between green dot 1, that points from green dot 1 to green dot 2, and taking the projection of that onto this vector. So as if there's a light above that second green dot and casting a shadow like this blue line. This blue line is like the shadow of this vector onto this vector. The reason this is incredibly important and useful is it allows us to find this normal point, this projection point, I'm calling it. So if I want to look at the distance between any given point, like that green dot over there, and a line, finding that normal, the scalar projection using the vector dot product is a way of doing so. The reason why I'm doing all this in the first place, and if you watch the video, that it'll do a deeper dive into it, is that this technique is needed for path following. If this blue line happened to be a path, and the green dot happened to be your vehicle, you need to see where it is relative to the path and have it steer towards the path. So that, if I do this, pick out a few that I would like to address or that could lead me to adjust or change the example in a certain way. Did not have time to do that. So I'm just going to kind of look and see what's kind of risen up here to the top based on whatever YouTube algorithm. Okay. All right. So I see a little message that there's some lag going on. Everything that I see is green lights everywhere, but I do see people are saying it is lagging. Okay. Weird. I don't see any issues with the stream. I see 0 drop frames. I see 30 frames per second. It's fine now. It was a long hiccup. Okay. I do need to look into my Open Broadcast Studio settings. One thing I am getting is that YouTube is telling me that my bit rate is low. I'm looking in the OBS stats page, and it says my bit rate is 2674 kilobytes per second, 2713 kilobytes per second. So I don't know if that's a limit to my internet connection, or that's a setting that I should change. It lagged when I scrolled down to the comments. That's weird. Okay, well, we're back. Let's take a look. Okay. Oh yeah, look. Robert M. Oh, I didn't see your comment. I really need to be myself. I mean, I am myself, but it's bothering me that I'm not really myself. So I'm going to go here and switch to be me. Now I really am myself. And I need to find the comments. All right, so Robert M, I want to heart this comment. Yes, need to fix this. You can also always post a note to the website GitHub issues, which would be where? GitHub.com, Coding Train website. And for all I know, it's already there. But I don't see it here in an obvious place, so I'm going to link it there. And we might see it sooner. Okay, there we go. So thank you, Robert M, for your wonderful comment that I'm reading live on the air. Thank you, Raj, for the nice feedback. So let's read this from TMC. You can have the option for that function to cap at the line segment, but at the line segment endpoints. It's actually more useful in navigating AIs to have the option of segment versus line. Oh, yes. Okay. So I really wish, I need to be able to run this example. The whole point of me doing this is to be able to run the example. There is always such fail on the Coding Train live streams. Hopefully it makes you feel good about how well things go in your life. I'm looking at the time. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure I have a variation of this. That's part of the nature of code examples. Path following, simple. Oh, hold on. I wanted to do this capping thing because this is actually a really meaningful, interesting comment. So I'm going to allow myself 5 minutes to try to get the scalar projection code up and running. Okay? 11:25, everybody say, stop, you've taken too long, you've wasted too much time. Let's look for the path following example. Path following, target ahead, path capture, path following, complex path following. Let's look at this for a second. Okay, this is good. So by the way, this is the path following example. The other thing, by the way, that I could use some knowledge about is if I were to unplug the HDMI out from this laptop, this sketch would run at 60 frames per second. But because my capture card is capturing at 30 frames per second, if I'm plugged in, the P5 sketch will cap at 30 frames per second, which isn't that big of a deal. Maybe that's fine, but I find it unnerving that all of a sudden my sketch is running half the speed as when I programmed it. So I don't know if there's a way for me to force the browser to run 60 frames per second, even if the output is 30 frames per second. Anybody knows anything about that? Would love to hear from you. Not right now in the comments, because I won't necessarily get it. Join the Discord, and information can get passed along to me that way, probably. All right, so let's make a new sketch. And I'm going to keep this function. I'm basically remaking that sketch. And let's have 3 points. Pause A and B. Pause is create vector at like 100, 100. A is create vector at, and let's see here, where am I standing? I guess I should move myself over a little bit. Create a vector at, let's just try like 200, let's make this 100, 200, 200, 100, and B, create vector at 200, at maybe like 300, 300. So now let's say stroke weight 8, stroke 255, point A dot X, A dot Y, and let's run this sketch to make sure I'm seeing something. And let's make these much bigger. B, pause, pause. Did I hit stop or something? Okay, there we go. So now if I wanted to say stroke weight 1 and draw a line from pos x, pos y to a dot x, a dot y, and the same thing to b. Now, I should be able to use this method, find projection, which is the function that I worked out in that video, to say, let projection equal find projection pos a, b, and then let's draw that point. And say stroke weight 224 again. Let's make that green. And let's move the point A around by the mouse. A dot x is mouse x. A dot y equals mouse y. So I pretty much remade that example. Now what I would like to do to figure out is how could I have this green dot turn red if it is past the endpoints, which is essentially me coming back to this comment. Have an option for that function to cap at the line segment endpoints. More useful to have the option of line segment versus line. So you can easily search steer. If your function is segment restricted, when the AI follows a line at a distance to it, it will start to steer around the endpoint and inevitably find the next line in the path to follow. Yes. So this is such a good point. So the thing that I have yet to really implement, and I'm going to go to this one, I believe. Yeah. So this is one of my examples that I demonstrate in the next video that hasn't been released yet, but will be released today, where these agents are following this path. And this path is a series of multiple line segments. So I need to know, right? See how the vehicles are finding that corresponding normal point to the path? I need to know, right? See, like over here, they're finding it. No, I need to know which segment of the path is the one that they should follow. So having some ability to understand whether the normal point to that line segment exists on the line segment or not would be useful. I think that lag message is just from before. Okay, so hopefully the stream is still working fine. So how do I go about doing this? I kind of have no idea. So let's think about this. Well, this is a great chance for me to use my whiteboard. So let's practice that. I'm going to come over here. Do I have a marker? Where did I put the marker? Do I have an eraser? I have some tissues. Okay. I think I want to order a new whiteboard. I said this before. This one is very shaky. And it would be great if I could get one that's like matte finish. I also was thinking about getting could I get glass that I can draw in front of me and then we can have the beautiful background behind me? I don't know if that would be visible, but your suggestions are welcome. Okay, so I have a line segment. It's got, it's a little bit weird. I call these pos. I guess I'll just use that same nomenclature. Pos A and B. I don't know, why did I? It's a little bit weird. I think there was a reason for why I called it these things in the video, but I'm having trouble remembering that why. And then we find this point. So if A is over here, we would find this point, but that is off the line. Or if A were over here, we would find this point. So what are some things that I could do? I could certainly look at, I could normalize, I could take this vector from pos, this is called projection. So if I take the vector from pos to projection, and if it's in the opposite direction, I'm just looking for what's the easiest way to do this. And the chat's probably explaining this to me. I'm thinking this through live. I mean, right? I know, by definition, I know this vector. That's part of what I've worked out, this vector. So I guess I could do like, just look if the angle between these two vectors is 180 degrees. But this point, that would not be the case. I could look for the distance. I know. Oh, this is easy. Or easy-ish. No? Yeah. If I take the distance from this point to both B, right? If I take the distance from this point to A and to B and add them together, I've got this magnitude. But if it's past the line, if I take its distance, if its distance to either one of those is greater than the line segment's length, all right, that's a way to do it. Maybe you have a better suggestion in the chat. I thought of it, right? If I just look at this, wherever this point is, and look at its distance to this point of the line segment and its distance to this point of the line segment, sorry, the distance to here and distance to here, if one of those is greater than that length of the line segment, it has to be past either side of the line segment. Maybe there's a more efficient way of doing it, but that would certainly get me the result, I think, right? Coming back here. So let's just try that. So in other words, I have distance 1 is the vector distance between the projected point and pos. This is vector distance. Distance 2 is the distance between the projected point and B. And again, I have to apologize for the weird naming. And just making this example, let's change the names. Because I kind of would like it to be A, B, and I'm going to write the labels there. I'm going to call this A. B, sorry, this is going to be C, and this is A and B. So C is controlled by the mouse, and I'm drawing a point at A, B, and C. Then I'm drawing the line between A and B, and the line between A and C. Then find the projection point A, C, B. And then what's going on here? What did I mess up? In me trying to make this make more sense. Oh, no? Hold on. Whoa. Okay. Oh, dear. Projection point between... No. Oh, C... Oh, my God. What points? Hold on. I lost the track of what's what. Okay, hold on. What do I want this to be? Oh, it's so hard to know how to do this. It's very far away to get to this whiteboard. Okay, I was thinking it should be A, B, and this is C. That makes more sense. So I want to draw a line between A and C and A and B. This is projection. That's the projection point. And then my function should take it was pos AB. Yeah, what just happened? This should work. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, there's an extra A there. Okay, whoop. Okay, A and B. A is this one. B is this one. C is this one. There we go. Oh, no, you don't see. Sorry, I forgot to press the button. I forgot to press the button. Here we are. Okay, I got it. And then the projection point. Sorry, everybody. Oh my God, it's 11:30 already. No. Oh, I found, whoa, look at this interesting projection point. What is going on? A. There we go. I would really like this to say ABC, but it's fine. I'm going to live with that. Okay. Now, the distance 1 is the projection point between projection and A. Distance 2 is the projection point the distance between projection point and B. I was going to label the points, but now if I say if D1 is greater than, so I have somewhere in this function, I made this vector already. Pause AB, I'm totally losing it. So let distance equal P5 vector. Now, I'm not worrying about doing this particularly efficiently right now. I might be able to repurpose knowing this distance from somewhere else in the code, which I almost certainly do. But if I just get the distance between A and B, if D1 is greater than D, or D2 is greater than D, fill 255 stroke red, and then where is that? This. So, and then I'm going to do this here. So now I should, yeah, there we go. If it's past the line segment, it turns red. If A dot B absolute value divided by the absolute value of A is between 0 and 1, the projected point is on the vector B. That makes a lot of sense. Now, why is that the case? Let's go back to the whiteboard. If A dot B, if A dot B divided by not the absolute value, but the length of vector A is between 0 and 1. This makes sense. I have heard of this formula before. This is familiar to me. I have worked this out before, and it's just not fresh in my memory right now. So why is that the case? It has to do with the angle between. I'm looking for my eraser, which I don't have one. So let's think about this. Let's work out this math. Because apparently I need to lock the wheels of this whiteboard and get an eraser. Okay, so A dot B equals okay, well, we can do it two ways. A sub x times B sub x, and this is just for 2 dimensions, obviously, plus A sub y times B sub y. The other formula which uses, which I'm neglecting, which I'm blanking on right now, which uses the formula, let's find that in the Nature of Code book. And I'm going to go to chapter 6, dot product. I want to look for, this is the formula, yeah, okay. This is the formula I'm looking for here. The magnitude of A times the magnitude of B times cosine of the angle. Thank you. The magnitude of A, and I don't know why I'm using capital letters all of a sudden, the magnitude of A times the magnitude of B times cosine of the angle in between. So if we take this and divide it by the magnitude of A, we now have the magnitude of B times cosine of the angle between. So this makes sense because if the angle between these two vectors is, right, if we go back to this drawing, once again, we're talking about this angle. If this angle goes beyond 90 degrees, then the projection point is going to be off to this direction. Or if the length, right, if the angle is, if the angle is somewhere in here, then it comes down to the length. So if it's, otherwise the cosine of the angle, if it's past, is going to give you a negative number, so you always would get a negative value. Or if you're getting a positive value, then it has to do with the length. So if the length over here is like past what this would be, so this is making sense to me. It's all back to this whole scalar projection thing. Right, the whole point of the scalar projection. Oh, I'm so silly. I'm so silly. The whole point of the scalar projection, as if I didn't record an entire video tutorial all about this. It makes sense now. It's the whole point of the scalar projection is it gives me this length. So if that's a negative number, it's off the side. If that length is greater than the length of this vector, yeah. So I don't need to do all of this because it's kind of built into my scalar projection code. Okay, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave this aside now because it's already 11:40. And at some point I said 11:45 I was going to do a coding challenge. That was a good one. So, you know, this was a great rehearsal. Once again, this is a great rehearsal. I'm kind of learning how this all works. Let's just, so thank you again for your comments. This one definitely sparked a lot. And the path following video, there's a whole third part of the path of this sequence that I haven't recorded yet, right? There's what is scalar projection, how do you follow a simple path, and then how do you follow a complex path. So this concept that we've been working on is definitely relevant to that path. That third part that I haven't recorded. 4 minutes in and I already have 5 Wikipedia pages open. I love that comment. Okay. Can we learn physics this way? You can learn the basics this way, but it won't be enough to learn physics in detail. This is definitely true. Okay. By the way, this. So I just wanted to address this comment. Just want to say, like, one thing you will notice here is if you go to the end of the video, it's going to show you. This happens from time to time as far as my release sequence. I'm reading the comments that maybe I'm not getting some good coding challenge suggestions. Okay. Sponsor break reminder. Oh boy. Let me address what I want to address right now, which is that often the next video that I am about to publish is available on the channel before it is finished. And what do I mean by finished? I use a third-party service to close caption my videos. That often takes like 3 or 4 days. So I have the video uploaded and present on the channel. It could be the thumbnail's not finished. It could be the code examples and the description is not finished. But just to have everything right and also to give a bonus to the Coding Train members, that's the people who subscribe to join. There's like a join button somewhere on the channel. Yeah, this join button here. This is available to, I often will have the video as part of the playlist and locked to members only. So before it's really finished and ready, the members can get a sneak preview of it. Also, that helps me often catch errors. So I've had members watch the sneak preview and be like, there's a big problem here. And I will then take the upload down, fix it, and re-upload. Much better to do that before it's become a public video. So if I click on this right now, all right, I'm back. Apologies for that. These batteries just don't last. All right, I'm gonna wait till the chat figures it out. Yes, you did just watch a mic die. This keeps happening. Break. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, everyone. I don't know what I was last saying. I was explaining. So I have these rechargeable batteries. I'm sorry that I still haven't corrected this. They used to last for hours, and it's going to happen again, unfortunately. This shows 2 bars, though. I should probably just replace it now to be safe. I'm sorry about that. I'm upgrading my equipment. As you see, I have a new streaming computer. I have some new lights, a new iPad. Guess what I didn't get? New rechargeable batteries. Actually, I kind of want to just get a new lav mic. This lav mic, I don't know if you know, also does a lot of like rustling. It's just one that I've had for years. It might be good to get a new one. If you have a suggestion of like what's top of the line. I mean, I don't want to, you know, I got a budget I'm working with here, but I would like to have a very high quality lav mic that's wireless that I could use. So if you have a good suggestion for that, you could let me know. I guess this is a good point for me to talk about today's sponsor. All right, everyone. Today's Coding Train is sponsored by CuriosityStream. What's CuriosityStream, you might ask? I'm going to play a little video for you.
From the founder of Discovery Channel comes a new independent streaming service, CuriosityStream, home of groundbreaking documentaries and award-winning original series. Follow your curiosity. This is CuriosityStream.
All right, I'm back here. Let's see. This is CuriosityStream. It is CuriosityStream is the award-winning destination for documentary films and TV shows covering every topic from space exploration to adventure to the secret lives of wild animals. So the link that I have on the screen, the one that's right above me right now, if you sign up with that link, you will get a 26% discount on the annual HD plan. That's $14. Like, I love that I have this huge picture of LeVar Burton here. They actually have this wonderful series called Beyond the Spotlight, which is about different. You can see there's a Mr. Beast over here. I've been really enjoying this series. I'm a huge LeVar Burton fan, so that was a real pleasure to watch. The magic numbers from Dr. Hannah Fry. This is one of my favorite. Oops, wait, I pressed the wrong button? No. Wait, what's going on? That's so weird. Oh, it's like trying to play it through the monitor. That's so strange. Oh, look at that. So my HDMI out, you're not actually seeing what I'm seeing on my iPad screen because I've got it hooked through HDMI out. And it wants to play the series to the output, which is at the correct aspect ratio, which I'm not going to do right now. But I'm just going to come back to this. As you know, I love numbers. I love random numbers. What's better than random numbers? Magic numbers. So there are so many excellent, documentaries here and award-winning original series. Now, I've also talked about before how I'm part of a group of educational YouTube creators, and we together started a streaming service called Nebula. And if I come back to here, basically, Nebula has ad-free content and experiments with all different kinds of content, and it's partnered with CuriosityStream. So if you sign up for CuriosityStream using the link with the coupon for $14.79 for the whole year, you will also, this is not a promotion, not a trial forever, you will also have access to Nebula. And one of the things Nebula has all these wonderful originals. Actually, this Bad Law Word's good. I haven't gotten to watch it yet, but I'm a big Legal Eagle fan on YouTube, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out. The one that I've really been enjoying, and I've just got to find it here, called Better Elevation, is a sort of compilation. I would actually really like to make one of these. It's a compilation of or series of different videos from different creators about next level technology and new tools to supercharge their production. So like here's one from Patrick Willems, how switching codecs can speed up, from Cat Black, using creative color correction. So like, I'm kind of like a fan basically of all of these channels. Adam Neely has a great one, creative use of 6K for YouTube. Jordan Herod, one-shot shooting saves time for the better. I didn't know Jordan made one of these, actually. I had not seen that one yet. So, DaVinci Resolve. Oh, I got to learn that. So many great things. So if you want access to these Nebula originals, you can, Tom Scott has one also. You can get it through the link. So it's a great way to support my channel, educational content as a whole, $14.79 per year. It's 26% off. Just go to curiositystream.com/codingtrain. I am hoping to I would like to propose to make a Nebula original at some point, with different kind of content than the sort of stuff that I'm doing on YouTube. Maybe something about like live streaming in my setup, though. As you can see, I've got a lot of technical things to work out before I feel like I can make a good, better elevation video. But if you have ideas for what you might want to see from me on a streaming service like Nebula, please let me know. Okay. So thanks. If you've got a minute, take the time to sign up while I take a short break. I'm going to switch to this. Nope, don't have a button for that. I'm going to take just like a 2 to 3 minute break. I still have my mic going. I'm adding the audio input capture for the laptop audio, which means I can play this piece of music. And I will be back in just a few minutes to try to do, I wanted to talk about the Discord.js stuff, so I'll address that briefly. You are not hearing the laptop audio. There you go. And then I will do a sort of trial run of some kind of coding challenge. I got 2 or 3 minutes to think of what I'm going to do. See you in a few. Hey, isn't there like a thing that's like a generative art prompt for every day of October? Gentober. I feel like I saw something like that on Twitter. Does anybody have that? Can you link it to me? I'm looking for that right now. Maybe that's what I'll do. We'll be back in about a minute and 30 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Whew. How's everybody doing? It is 11:55. Thank you, of course, to CuriosityStream for sponsoring. I don't know, maybe actually like my entirely like incompetent, haphazard like mess of talking about a sponsor will actually result in the most. What is it called when somebody clicks on your link and then they get the thing that you were advertising for? I don't even know anymore. Conversions. Okay, thank you CuriosityStream, and thank you Nebula and all of my friends who are making wonderful educational content all around the world. A chaos pendule. Oh, and I see Stig, I see your comment, yes. Okay, what am I going to do? By the way, there's a wonderful 3 Blue 1 Brown video that came out, and it was suggested in the Rainbow Topics issues. I need something really simple that I can do. Advent, like, right, this Advent of Code, so there's something, there's something that I saw on Twitter that was a generative art prompt or theme or challenge for every day of October, or is it like upcoming in November? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Did I already make, have I made the, did I already do the dinosaur game? It's funny how I'm like, oh, that would be a good one. Coding challenge, oh, with speech commands. Okay, what is something really simple that I can do now? I'm taking your suggestions. Looking at Inktober. Inktober prompts. Okay. But I thought this was something that, yes, Inktober, but there's like a particular variation of this. Although I could just use the prompt. What is today, the 15th? Helmet. Peggle. Peggle, what is Peggle? Whoa. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, you're not see what I'm looking at. I'm really bad at like having the right screen up here. Codevember, is that it? But that's for November. Yeah. Yes. Oh, but so is this like last? It hasn't. No, but there's something going on now. I saw people talking about it on Twitter, but this is kind of fun. It's not November 15th, 2019. But if I clicked on this, what would it say? There is no project for this day. Wah, wah, wah. By the way, in case you're wondering, I replaced the battery in the mic receiver during the break. All right, this is not going very well. Let's see if there's one of these that I could do. Wave collapse, mathematical marbling. Slide puzzle, perfect. All right, everybody. Generative Inktober. I like the slide puzzle idea. It's done. Generative Inktober. That's from 2020. Is there one going on now? All right, we're doing this. We are doing a coding train slide puzzle. All right, let me try to get out. And I'm going to give myself 30 minutes. This is going to be such a mess. Okay, so I am going to. I should have done my spin the wheel thing, but all right. So let's see. I'm looking for the Elgato application 4K capture utility. I think that's it. 4K devices in use by other software. No, I totally was doing this before. Do I have to run it first? All right, I have another idea. Ugh. Wait, why? That's so weird. I did this the other day though, and I ran both OBS and 4K capture utility. You know, how would you all feel about me quitting OBS for a second and seeing if I run OBS second? That'll probably work. All right, everybody. All right, everybody. All right, everyone. This is a little bit unorthodox, and I deeply apologize. And I'm not turning the stream off. I'm just going to press stop on Open Broadcast Studio, quit Open Broadcast Studio, so it'll look like your stream is broken for a moment. I'm going to launch my 4K capture utility to hit record on it. Then I'm going to start OBS back up again and see what happens. Okay? I will be back. I'm coming back. I'm definitely coming back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay? Okay. Am I back? I think I'm back now. Okay, sorry, I've lost so much. For example, I no longer have the chat open. Okay, everybody relax. I'm getting the chat open. Pop out chat, there we go. Welcome to live chat, okay. All right, now I have this working. Now I don't remember, how do I select? Is it this button? No. Settings, must be settings. There we go, picture, recording. Device, 1. Multi-view. Okay. Apply. No. Uh-oh. All right, this is a little screen. Picture. This is a total failure, by the way. Okay. The multi-view thing that's completely stopped working. Stream link? No. Just out of curiosity. Okay. Capture device. Quad. I know you can't see what I'm doing here. I'm very frustrated that it's not working because I tested this earlier. It was working earlier. I don't really need to record all this to disk. It just would be nice. All right, I'm going to just test something here very briefly. So hold on a second now. I'm going to go to here. It's not over. I'm going to just here for a second. Actually, I'm making a new scene. Multi-view, and then I'm going to do video capture device, multi, and do 1. There we go. So this, no signal. No, this is fine. This is 4K, so I just need to fit to screen. There we go. So this is, and I don't know why the whiteboard one. So I have this system which is set up to record this view of all of the feeds. And I don't know why the whiteboard one now is missing. Oh, because the camera went off? Okay. So on, no card. Did this come out? So much technical. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this totally works. I'm here. I have nothing plugged into one of the ports, which is that one. Whiteboard is over here. If I walk over here, now I'm over here. And then laptop is over there. So if I go back to here, now I've got those combined. Now Y is my capture utility that's working. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to see all of them in the other software. What if I just hit record? Maybe it's actually recording it, but I just don't see it. Let's see. Just bear with me. I'm going to give up on this in a second. I like that everyone's giving some Docker help. I like this OBS challenge. I guess I could just run 2 OBSs at once. That might be actually my best bet. Where did it record this? 4K capture, test 4K. Today is October 15th, right? So I'm opening up this video file, view, details. Good thing I'm really getting to this coding challenge I said I was going to do. 5:12 p.m. That's weird. It's not 5:12 p.m. Okay, clearly the recording is not working. All right, I have one other idea. If you will just bear with me just a little bit longer, I am going to run a second instance of OBS on this computer. Where if quick access. No, I don't want quick access. I want to go to this PC. And I want to go to view list. I wish I could show, I guess I could show you what I'm doing, but where is OBS? Is this in program files x86 or just in OBS Studio is here. Plugins, bin, 64-bit. Okay, OBS 64, that must be what I'm running. So if I just create a whole additional copy of it, I need, let's just copy it to the desktop, just for right now. Bear with me, everybody. Copy, paste. Okay, I'm closing 4K capture utility. Thank you for bearing with me. I know I said I had to leave at 12:30, but don't worry. I'm going to do something at the end. I'm going to make something happen here, everybody. Now, let's see. Will this actually run an entirely separate instance of OBS? OBS is already running. Unless you meant to do this, please shut down any existing instances before trying to. No, I have meant to do this. Okay. Now, oh, what? Oh, it needs to have a local profile. Okay, hold on. Multi-view. Oh, this is working. Okay, hold on. How do I tell OBS? I've done this before. I really should have done this before I started. But I want to make this work. I really want to make this work. You can go. You can do something else with your day. It's fine. I totally understand. I totally understand. This is going to help us out for next week or the week after. The fact that I'm taking the time to do this now. It's very hard to find time otherwise. All right, let's look. There's a way, like there is run multiple instances of OBS local, like with separate like profiles or something. I've done this before. Desktop shortcut properties. Okay, is this what I'm? Two instances with different settings is what I'm trying to do from 2019. Yeah, but I can load. Okay. Okay. Portable mode. Portable mode. That's what I want to do. Portable mode. Although maybe I can actually just use a different profile. Because there are profiles. Let's see if I try another profile. So I'm going to make a 4K profile. Optimize for recording. Use, no. Base canvas. I want a custom. How do I have a custom canvas? I want it to be 3840 by 2160. Base canvas is not giving me that as an option. That's so weird. I mean, 30. All right, well, let's just do this right now. So profile, oh, whoops. Oh, no, is it? So weird. People are probably telling me things in the chat. Let me get the chat open here. I'm going to give myself some extra time. All right, I've got the members live chat open here now. Whoops. Nothing there. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the YouTube chat. Coding challenge. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to do the portable thing. So I need to do this portable thing. So I need to run OBS. I think it was actually telling me this. Shortcut. Oh, I saw this. Where's the portable? Yeah. Command line parameter -- portable. Okay, I think I know how to do this. So if I create a shortcut, I can add a command line argument in Windows, I believe. So I'm going to the desktop. Oh my goodness. No, I don't want, this quick access thing is not helping me. I don't want quick access. I want to see my computer, all the files. What the hey-ho? How do I get out of this Windows quick access thing? There we go. This PC. Thank you. Users, Daniel, desktop, OBS Studio, bin, 64-bit. I know I'm create shortcut. I wish I could show you what I'm doing because this is very exciting. Create shortcut. Now I'm going to put that shortcut on the desktop. Then I'm going to hit properties, and it has a target. OBS 64-exe, shortcut key, run. Can I just write in Windows? Can I just do -- portable? Just in the start in, or just in their target? In the Windows shortcut? I was like, space -- portable. Okay, apply. Let's see if this works. It worked! It worked, everybody! I have an entirely separate instance of OBS going. Optimize for recording. Base canvas. All right, hold on. I'm going to get out of this auto configuration wizard. So OBS base canvas resolution. Where do I set that? Well, I guess I could probably find it. Canvas size. All right, I bet you I can find this. I'm just going to go to settings. No, not studio mode. Settings. Output. Simple, advanced. No, video. Base canvas. Here we go. Why does it not give me that as an option? This is so crazy. I've never had this problem before. All right. So like what the issue I'm at 4K base canvas open broadcast studio. Let's see here. This is pretty recent. This is the resolution. It's missing. Settings. You can now type the resolution manually. Oh, was it going to let me type it manually? Oh, I could just type over it. It has a drop-down menu. But it's not an option in the drop-down menu, but I could just type over it. Okay. 3840 by 2160. Is that right? And then the output resolution should be 3840. Okay. 30 frames per second. Okay. Now, settings, output, video, output, MP4, apply, add, video capture device, create new. Okay, this is, I'm going to call it multi. And then I'm going to grab Camlink Pro 1 multi-view, which should be 4K. Perfect! Aha! I'm in business, everybody. I'm in business. And I have the mic, so it's going to record the mic, but I'm going to change the properties to mono, advanced audio properties, make it mono. So now I have an entirely separate, okay. So just in case you're following along, I mean, all like 3 of you that are left, I can't see who's here. I can see the chat, but I've lost all my other like control panels. I now have 2 instances of OBS running. One instance is the one that is live streaming right now. It is not recording anything to disk. It could be recording to disk, but it's not. And it has all the different views that is like tied to my nice little Stream Deck here. So I can switch and go to just this view or this view or this view, etc. And I totally messed up the whiteboard and the camera, but that's, oh, and of course the camera goes off. Oh, what excellent timing. Okay, hold on everybody. About 2 hours in, this always seems to happen. This coding challenge might not happen, but I'm making progress, people. You might not see it or believe it. This is plugged in, so it's not the battery. Oh, it's like, it's actually losing its charge. I think I probably should take the battery out. It's kind of crazy how this is plugged in, and yet, is this not, yeah, it's plugged, this camera is plugged in, and yet the full battery is now at half charge. Who knows why? Okay. And then I have a separate OBS. And you know what? I'm just going to, and so this, the other OBS, in case you're wondering, looks like this. So the other OBS looks like this, actually in 4K. What you're seeing is not in 4K. I have sampled it back down. And so as soon as I hit start recording, I am now recording all of these separate feeds to disk at the same time as live streaming this. This is actually, by the way, what I have done previously, just not at the same time. So I have with members of the Coding Train, when I record a new video, I live stream the actual 4K layout while I'm recording. But now I have the possibility, in theory, if this works, of both live streaming and recording all of these feeds to disk, so that whatever I do during the live stream could be re-edited and things could be like mixed and matched in different ways if necessary into a video. So let's try a coding challenge. Let's try a slide puzzle. Now, if I'm being perfectly honest, I have a feeling that this is not going to go well. I'm probably not going to make it work or finish this or end up editing this into a separate video. So this is just a trial run, no pressure. I would really like to do this as a coding challenge video, so consider this a rehearsal. I mean, the point of the coding challenge videos is to not rehearse, but that just might have to happen. Now, I also would like to give myself a timer, and I'm just going to send a text message to explain that I'm going to be a little bit late. I don't know where my phone is. Here it is, because I need to give myself an extra 30 minutes here. Oh, awesome. Need 30 more minutes. So 1 p.m., I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. At 1 p.m., I'm turning into a pumpkin. I really should check that this is recording to disk. All right, I'm just going to hit stop. I'm just going to hit stop recording to disk. I'm just going to look at the file very briefly. I mean, if it's not working, I'm not doing the setup anymore. I'm just going to go into the coding challenge. But I would like to know if it's working. Videos. Today is October 15th. Here is the file. I think it looks good. It looks like there might be some choppiness to the frame rate. I think I know why that is, and I'm not going to worry about it right now, and I will deal with fixing that later. I have an idea for a way of doing this better, but I'm just going to record again. So now, once again, I'm recording the disk. I have live streaming. I'm going to close all of these things out. We're going to say slide puzzle. This is actually really good because I do have a coding challenge video that has been recorded that hasn't come out yet about the copy function, and I think I need to use the copy function for this. Tim Rodenbrecker, let me just introduce you to the most patient person in the world. Tim, I'm going to accept. I accept all of your cookies. Please send me cookies. I love cookies. Actually, if you, vegan cookies, please, if possible. I just kind of like the non-dairy thing. I mean, eggs, I do eat eggs. Anyway, we don't need to get into that. But no one's sending me cookies. Who am I kidding? You should check out Tim Rodenbroeker's, and apologies if I'm mispronouncing the name, website, live streams, videos, creative coding stuff. Tim gave a donation to the Processing Foundation, last year's holiday fundraiser. I have to the end. I have until the day of the next holiday fundraiser to finish releasing the videos based on those donations. This one is recorded. Tim, I probably owe you an email from like 6 months ago if you're listening. Please, everybody, check out Tim's wonderful work and stay tuned. This video is coming out of the coding train about the copy function. Okay. So now, now that I did that little ad for Tim, I need I need an image to do as the slide puzzle. All right, I guess we're going to use the coding train. And coding train. I must have that somewhere. Let me just, I'm going to go into my Google Drive for a second. Oh, we could use ChooChooBot. I love ChooChooBot. ChooChooBot is like one of my favorite coding train character. So, you gotta be kidding me. You don't need to make me put in my password right now. I've got a time limit here, folks. It's 12:30 already. It's got to be on ChooChooBot PNG. Perfect. Well, okay. I'm showing you. So I'm going to go back to, this is ChooChooBot. And so the good news about like doing this kind of thing where I'm recording everything to disk, if I forget to switch to the right feed, like I have all that material. So even if it's sort of messed up in the live stream, you can repackage it later to be better. So ChooChooBot. I kind of want to do this in processing, but I'll do this in P5. So I just need to upload ChooChooBot. Upload file. Where is this file? Can I like see it? Oh, show in Finder. I'm just going to do save. Save as. Okay. ChooChooBot on the desktop. Let's just keep it a PNG. Well, this is some loud birds. Whoops, okay. Okay. What is this? What's the size of this file, by the way? 400 by 400. Perfect. Couldn't be more perfect. Okay. So I just want to, before I begin the coding challenge, I'm going to make a variable called source. And source is going to load image ChooChooBot.png. And I don't need this open anymore, which will give me more room for the code. We're going to just draw. We don't need draw right now. Well, I mean, we do need draw right now. I'm just going to draw the image. Source 0, 0. What did I do wrong here? Oh, yeah, ChooChooBot. Womp womp. ChooChooOpt. Can I just rename it here? ChooChooBot. Okay. Okay, everybody. So one thing, though, that I think that I might try to be mindful of if the idea is to actually repurpose this is to not do a lot of my own zooming, because now that can happen better in post-production. Okay, okay, everybody. Yes, there we go. Ready? Everybody do their stretch. Okay. By the way, I have the Discord member live chat going on here, so I can see that here, and I have the YouTube chat over here. This is actually a really good way of doing it. And incidentally, I suppose, I mean, I don't want to. This is a way that I could actually show what's happening in Discord on the live stream by switching over to it, but I don't want to do that right now because I guess I could go to like, yeah. Anyway, okay, so slide puzzle. Where's my timer? I'll do a timer on my phone. Okay. Clock, timer, 30 minutes. This is 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to try to make a slide puzzle in 30 minutes. You won't be able to see the timer. I'm sure we could create some type of better system for doing this. That would be, the camera. No, not the camera. Not the camera. Jeez Louise, people. What if I take the battery out? Would that help? It's plugged in. Are you overheating? Why? Why do you go off? You're plugged in, you've got a charge. I see no reason for you to turn yourself off, camera. All right. I don't want to, I guess I'm just going to have to like reset you, and I have to like walk half a mile around to get back to my desk area here. Okay, everybody. Okay, stop. I haven't started the timer yet. Ready, everybody? Welcome, folks, to a coding challenge. I haven't done one of these in a while. I'm going to set myself a timer here, 30 seconds. No, not 30 seconds. Oh my God, 30 minutes. And I'm going to attempt to make a slide puzzle. So this is the source image that I'm going to use. I need to chop it up into a bunch of pieces, allow you to like click to move the pieces around, and see if you could solve it to put it back together and have something detect when it's put back together that it works. There's almost no chance that I'm going to get this done in 30 minutes, but you know, c'est la vie. Here I go. All right, so one of the things that we need to use, that I need to use for this, is the copy function. Because what I want to do first is just take this image and chop it up into a bunch of smaller images. So let me call those the pieces, and I'll make an array. And then in setup, and I should figure out how many columns and rows that I want. So let's just make it, right now it's a 400 by 400, so let's just make it 4 by 4. And so and I also am going to probably want to keep track of like the width and height of each piece. I probably should do this in like an object-oriented way where there's like class, piece, but that's not happening right now. So I'm going to say for let I equal 0, I is less than the number of columns. And then j is less than 0, j less than the number of rows. And then W is the width of the canvas divided by the number of columns. H is the height of the canvas divided by the number of rows. Okay, and then for each one of these, I need to make a new image, or the image is a piece of the larger image. I'm going to turn off auto refresh for a second. So I need to take the source image and copy from it. Oh, I think I could just use get. I'm really obsessed with the idea of using copy because hopefully by the time this video comes out, there will be an entire video all about the copy function in processing in P5. Let's look at the reference. Oh, now I remember. I think I remember how copy works, but maybe I could just use get. Because get, I believe, it returns an array of RGBA values, which is not what I want. I want an actual like image. I want a sub-image. P5 image. Oh, so an array of a sub-image from a P5 image. Yeah, that's what this is. Well, I'm maybe copy is what I want. I know copy will work in the sense that I can copy from this image onto this image. Let's use copy. So this is fine. I'm going to use copy because I know it's going to work. And the first thing I'll do is create a blank image that is the size of one of the pieces. I really want to use the whiteboard just because I have a whiteboard. This is going to take up too much time. I'm at 26 minutes left. But if you don't mind humoring me for a second, I'm going to go over here to, and I'm going to have to erase the whiteboard. That's going to take quite a bit of time. And I don't have an eraser. I'm in a new space. This is momentous. This is the first coding challenge in my new space. This whiteboard, it rolls around. It's very shaky. I put it together myself. I did a terrible job putting it together. I hope this is all recording. I need to find a marker. Okay, this is great. Oh, I feel alive. Oh, this. Okay, so the idea here is I have a source image. And what I first want to do is on my canvas, I want to take, I'm going to chop this up, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, into 4 by 4. And I want to take this section of the image and place it on the canvas, but keep this as a separate variable, like a piece, so that these pieces can be locked to a part of the original. Oh, I really need it. I just need I got to do this object-oriented, right? Because the piece should know where its home base is as well as where it currently is. So if they're being shuffled, when all the pieces are in the right place, we've won. So what do I need? I need to make a class, a piece class that has the, it's like a current index. Like if I number all these, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blah, 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 I want to keep track of where it currently is, as well as where its original spot is, its home base is, so we know when the puzzle's solved. All right, let's do that. It's worth it. It'll be worth it. How's this going? All right. I'm looking at the chat. Okay, let's see. Now, so let me, I got to open this up here. I'm going to make a new JavaScript file, and I'm going to call it piece.js. Tile, it's probably tile is what they are, right? Let's call it tile.js. So I have a tile class, and what does it have in it? It has the index. So I'm going to pass that in as an argument, and it has its image. Okay? So, I mean, there's probably more to do with this, but I'm basically just want to wrap the idea of the image's piece and where it's supposed to be into this constructor. Okay, good. Here we go. So now what I'm actually doing is I'm still creating the image. Then I'm saying copy. What am I copying? I'm copying from the source. 0, 0, no. In the source, the x location is I times the width. The y location is j times h. And I'm copying from the source j width height to 0, 0 width height. So if this is confusing to you, thank goodness I have a whiteboard, even though my lighting needs to be fixed and there's so many issues. But let me explain what's going on here, right? Each one of these pieces is an image. I didn't switch the button, but that's okay because I'm recording it all. I'm running over here. Now at least you can see it if you're watching this live. Each one of these pieces is a standalone image where this is 0, 0, and its height is width and h. But if I'm copying this one, and it's column 2, row 1, boy, this is like so messy, this whiteboard, but that's fine. Then basically I need to know what is this location. This location is column times width, height, row times height, and then, so take this section and copy it to this part of the piece. All right, so now, and I think this is right? It's, it should be the source image, source X, source Y, source to the destination. So, yeah, it doesn't show you calling this on an image, but that's fine. That's what I'm doing. I want to copy the source image at this location to this destination, which is image at this location. Great. Then I need to make a tile, is a new tile with an index. Oh, the camera went off. The camera went off. It's just like the old days. Nothing has changed on the coding train. Doesn't matter how many years I do this. I have to reset the camera. It's part of the time. Why? It's plugged in. You're plugged in. There's no reason for your power to go dark. Okay, I have to run. This is good. I'm going to get so many steps for my steps challenge. Okay, index and then the image. Now, what is the index? The index is the, I'm not going to use any two-dimensional arrays here. I'm just going to keep track of the individual index counting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 0 through 15, 16 total tiles. Press this button. So the index is I plus j times the number of columns. So that's a new tile. And then I should be able to, let's call this tiles. Let's just put all the tiles into an array. Just out of curiosity now, let me loop through that array. And say, and actually, you know what might be good? This is just going to make my life so much easier. I'm going to keep track of the index, the column, and the row, because I actually just want to give it its, well, no, because it's going to move around. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Let's do, okay, I have an idea. Let's make a variable called board. So this is the board. The board is an array of all of the elements in the order that they're in. So, and I'm going to eventually need to put a -1 for the empty one. But, so board push index. So basically, I'm going to have an array that keeps track of the positions of all of the tiles. And then, this is a little bit silly, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to just always use a nested loop just to get that index. And then I'm going to say board index, I guess show. So let me just do, yeah, which is why it would make sense to keep track of. You know what? This is a little bit weird what I'm doing. Okay. I have to think. Just, brain going, churning. I have 18 minutes left. This is wonderful. Oh, so much time. So much time. By the way, this came alive, the Stream Deck buttons. Now there's the Coding Train Discord, and there's 205 of you supposedly watching this right now. All right. Okay. Let me think about this for a second. Let me be a little bit more thoughtful here. I was trying to avoid using a two-dimensional array, but maybe that's silly. So, yes. So I want to have this array, which I'm going to call board. And it's going to have, like, it'll be all of the numbers shuffled in random order. So as I go through, yes, I draw the image at that spot, like the 0 spot, what the 0 spot would be x and y, but I go look up image 3, or index 3, from my array of all of the tiles. I don't know if that made sense to you, but I had to walk over to the whiteboard to sort of think through that. In other words, this is exactly what I'm doing. X is I times W, Y is J times H, and then the image I want to draw is board index. Well, it's not, board it's actually like tiles board index. I mean, this is like a crazy way to write it, but I basically want the number, the index that's in the array called board to tell me which tile to look up. So, so this is tile, I'll call it like tile index, or I think this might be a nice way of writing it. Right now they'll be in order because I haven't shuffled it, right? I'm putting them all in order, and then I should be able to say image, x comma y. So I'm hoping that when I run this sketch, I'm going to identically see the image, because the only things that I've done is chop it up into a bunch of tiles, put those tiles in order. No! I should just... I don't, like, does anybody know this is a Sony Alpha 7? It doesn't just go off after a certain amount of time, because it's obviously been on. It was on for the whole first hour of the stream without going off, and now it just keeps going off. Right, and Lucas is saying in the chat that I could do index modulus columns y index divided by columns. I don't know why I'm like, for some reason that math like hurts my brain. I was like, I'm doing all this like gymnastics to avoid doing that, but that would certainly make a lot of sense. All right, what I want to say is when I run this, I chopped up the image, put them into an array in order, and then I'm going and getting them one at a time and showing them. All right, what happened? There's an error. Copy could not be called as a function. Create image was expecting a string. Am I supposed to do create image? Yeah. So I think I did the DOM image element by accident. Tile is not defined. Oh, no problem. No problem. Yep. Tile.js, that's a file I'm working with. Thank you very much. Failed to execute draw. Load pixels? All right, hold on. Let's just do create, okay. P5 reference. Yeah, create image, load pixels. Maybe I just need to call load pixels. I thought to do copy I don't need to, but I must. Oh, and all sorts of weirdness happened here. And then let's do like image update pixels. Let's try that. Signature not supported. What is going on? What just happened? What the? Signature not supported? What is going on? Hold on, let me take this out. Okay, the sketch is running. Let's do this one. Okay. Okay, we're good. Create image. Load pixels. Oh, wait, it's source that I need to load pixels. I need to load the pixels from source. But what is this signature not supported? Did I forget to say like RGB here? I don't think that usually matters. Copy. Like, I guess like the way that I am. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to Google copy. I'm sure that is a path towards me solving this problem. No, not right now. I've totally done this. Is this why I switched to processing in my other video? Check line 25, parameters are wrong. I know. Oh, look at this. I deleted some stuff. When I was like mucking around, some stuff got deleted. I need all those numbers. And I want to copy it from X comma Y. Yikes. Okay. I don't need this RGB thing. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I don't know if I need all these load pixels and update pixels. Still good? Okay, everybody. Hold on. Oh, image equals tile dot image. So I need to pull the image property out of the tiles. No. Okay. Update pixels, copy. All right. Hold on. Tiles. Oh, hold on. Let's take a look at what's going on here. How do I find the... must be this. No. Usually this lets me find and like log the... All right, now this is like... there we go. All right, so tiles. There is... Okay, so let's console log tile index. Camera went off again. Yeah, it's got to be overheating, which is weird. This one doesn't seem to be overheating. I should switch cameras. It's on the same amount of time. It did go off at one point. I told you this would be a total fail. Because here the camera keeps going off, then I got stuck on a weird bug. Okay. Let's look at the, let me put no loop in here. Oh, I have 8 minutes left, 9 minutes left. Okay, so all those numbers came out. Okay, so am I getting an image? So there's an image. Where's the X and Y? And those are the right locations. Let's take out all these like load pixels and update pixels. So somehow load pixels and update pixels very much unnecessary. Do I need this one? Yeah, okay. I didn't need any of the load pixels and update pixels. There's a little bit of a mystery here. I definitely want to use the pixels, but I have a feeling that, and sometimes when you need access to the pixel array directly, you've got to like in advance load the pixels, and when you change the pixel array, you have to update the pixels. I have a feeling here copy is doing the work for us, so we're good. Now, you might not believe me. Now, this is actually showing it as separate tiles. Now, let me prove this by trying to think of by just drawing some lines over it. This is going to be a slightly awkward way of doing it, but let me just do stroke weight 2, no fill. Oh, but this is silly. I'm just drawing the lines for. They're actually if I change this to width minus 10, height minus, if I make the images smaller, right? Okay, I just wanted to show you that they are separate pieces, okay? So I visually, it might help, I think, to actually just draw little thin lines over it with the rectangles. And this is very silly, this extraneous kind of code that I'm doing, but I think this will help. Yeah, so I just wanted to draw some lines over it. Now, we are really getting somewhere, because in theory, if all I do is shuffle this array, right, have all of the elements of the array in random order, then I should see the image chopped up and moved around. So let's do that. 6 minutes left. So I'm going to write a function called shuffle, which receives an array. And then I'm going to just say 100 times pick element 1. Well, let's do R1 is array a random number, floor a random number between 0 and the length of the array. R2 is floor a random number between 0 and the length of the array. Now, in theory, I don't want these two elements to be the same, but I'm doing it a bunch of times. I want to swap. The way I'm going to shuffle the array is by picking any two elements and swapping their place. So now, temp is that array's R1 value. Then, and I'm going to write a swap function, because I'm going to need that, I think, also when I move the pieces. So function swap is swap index I and j of an array. So temp is index I, and then that array's I element is the j element, and the j element is that temporary value. Now you might be wondering, what? And there's a way, I know there's some spread operator, or maybe there's deconstructing an array. Can I do something like this? Array, there's some kind of object deconstruction way I can do a swap, and I'll put it up on the screen if I ever make this into an edited video. But basically, the old-fashioned, the old way that we used to swap our elements in an array is we take element 1, store it somewhere temporary because we need to put a new thing in that spot, and then we saved it temporarily. We could put that thing we saved in the spot that just the other thing came out of. So if I just did this, it looks right. I should be j and j should be I. But if I is j, then j will be j because I is now j, and it's just not good. So temporary stuff. Okay, so now I want to swap R1, R2 in that array. So let's shuffle the array. I don't need to shuffle the tiles. The tiles is just an array of elements. I'm shuffling the array that's keeping track of the indices of all of them. Maybe I didn't need these two arrays, but it's the way that I'm thinking of it right now. Shuffle the board. Board is what did I miss? I missed something obvious, probably. Oh, I'm already using shuffle as a variable? Maybe is that a, oh, you know what? I think there might be a P5 function already for this. There's a P5 shuffle. And it uses probably a fancier algorithm, whatever this Fisher-Yates shuffle algorithm is, which has all these beautiful visualizations, and of course my camera is off. What a mess. How long ago did it go off? Come back. Well, good thing I wrote that P5 shuffle function. I'm sorry. Good thing I wrote my own shuffle function, P5. The reason I'm getting that error is there already is a global function in P5 called shuffle, and it uses this Fisher-Yates shuffle algorithm, which I can only assume is better than whatever I did. Although, is it the same? I don't know. We could read this page and discover it could be another coding challenge, the Fisher-Yates shuffle algorithm. Okay, but thankfully for us, what's this argument? Modify to passed array, optional. What does that do? Is it, modifying the array or keeping the additional one? Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to call this simple shuffle. That way, and I could use the P5 one. You should try it yourself. There we go. Look, I have mixed up the elements. All right, so one thing that for it to be a slide puzzle that I need to do is I need to be able to, I'm thinking, remove one of them. So I should also pick a random one, simple shuffle, and then I should pick, and then I should pick a random one to remove, or do I always want to remove like the top left one? How do slide puzzles work? Is it always the bottom right one that's missing? Does anybody know? That's the timer going off. Oh, and then by shuffling the tiles randomly, you could end up with an unsolvable sliding puzzle. Oh, bottom right. So actually, I don't want to shuffle this way because I want to remove the bottom right one. So columns, and then let's just delete the last one. Pop, is it pop? And that'll be empty. Okay, great. So as long as if tile index is greater than 0, draw the image. So now I'm just, whoops. Oh, greater than -1. Okay, so now I have made the board, and I could shuffle it. I could still shuffle it now. But this isn't going to be, this is not what I want to do. But this shuffling is no good. Because in theory now, is it possible that it's unsolvable? Or is it always possible to move them around? Because what I could do is I could, instead of, I need a move. Basically, I need a function that like moves one element. So I need to know where the -1 is. Oh, this is a hard problem, and it is 1:08 p.m. I can do this. I'm so close. Let me just get a move function going. Okay, I'm going to take out this no loop. Okay, so function move. So the function is going to receive a given index. So the first thing I need to know is that, so the idea is I'm clicking on an index, like I'm going to click on one of them, and it's only a valid move if it's above, below, to the right, or to the left. So I do need this function, like the column is index. Well, you know what? I could pick a random column or row. So that function. So then I need to know where the -1 is. So let's just have a variable. Blank spot is, and then the blank spot is, I guess I could always, oh, this is so bad. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write a function, find blank. Obviously, there's better ways to track all this. So this is a way to quickly check all of it to find which one is blank. And then, so I have that index. So the blank the blank column is the blank spot modulus the number of columns. And the blank row is floor the blank index divided by the number of rows. That's the inverse of putting it back. I should have just used a two-dimensional array. Okay, so that's the blank column and row. So now if I and j is a neighbor, if is neighbor, I, j, blank, there's got to be an easier way to check if it's a neighbor, right? So if it's a neighbor, then swap blank with I plus j times columns of that array. So the move, basically the idea of doing a move is there's a spot that I want to move, and I need to find, if it's a proper neighbor to the blank spot, then it can be swapped with it. Oh no, that's not, yeah. When you move a thing in, tile into it, it becomes the blank spot. Okay. So I just need now an isNeighbor function. You, the viewer, will write this in a so much better way. I'm on a time crunch here. I'm way over my 30-minute limit. Function is neighbor of, I'm just going to do x1, y1, x2, y2. So let me do ij, xy. So it's a valid neighbor if, so first, if I is not equal to x and j is not equal to y, return false. So it's either got to be in the same column or the same row. So if they're both not the same, then it's not a neighbor. Then if the absolute value of I minus x equals 1, it's one spot away. Or the absolute value of j minus y, if it's one spot away, return true. And I know I could return like the result or whatever. And yeah, so otherwise it's the same spot, so I'm just going to say return false if it gets to the end. I think this will work. Just did that kind of like awkwardly, right? It's got to both be in either the same column or row and one spot away. So now, shuffling. So what shuffling is should be picking a move. Random columns and random rows. Obviously, I could pick from the valid neighbors, but that's too much work. That's just fine. I'm just going to pick randomly enough times that there'll be valid moves. Camera, cool down. It's very cool here in the garage. It's a nice, cool day. I really need to get going. I'm 45 minutes over. But I'm so close. I'm so close. All right. So now I know, I'm going to just repeat what I was saying. I know I could just pick from valid neighbors to do a move, but if I do it enough times, I'll pick valid neighbors enough times that this should work. So now I should just say move R1 and R2, and move if it's finds the blank spot, and if the blank spot is a neighbor, it swaps it with, I don't know if this is going to work. Let's just try it. Array. Move. I guess move the functions should get the array. I mean, I'm only using one array, so it's a little bit silly. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So that's a valid shuffling. Now I'm just curious. Let me make this a random move function. Again, I will refactor this later. I mean, I don't know if I will. Let's do random move. So like if I do it 1,000 moves. Array. It's a little bit silly how I have to I'm not using global variables well. Okay, so that should be a random shuffling that's possible. But just out of curiosity, in draw, if I just said random move of the tiles, this is very silly how I have arguments somewhere and not other places. Yeah, I got to fix this up later. But I don't want to shuffle it. I just want to see it do one move per. Okay, cannot read properties of undefined image. Why? Random move of tiles. Hold on. Why can't I just do a random move? All right, what's going on here? It works to do a bunch of them. Do I need to do it? I mean, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, if I do it at the beginning or not. Oh, board. It's the board. There we go. Oh. Oh, I'm not drawing the background. So the old piece is there. Okay. So this is it shuffling the puzzle randomly. Oh, I love this. So fun. Okay. So now all I need to do now is have a mouse pressed function. And I'm gonna go back to shuffling it to start. Where? So take out this. And mouse press function is, so the column that I'm clicking on is floor mouse X divided by the number of columns, right? And the row, and I'm going to call this I, and the row that I'm clicking on is floor mouse Y divided by the number of rows, and then move I, J tiles. Now, I'm not giving myself any feedback, or I'm not seeing an animation. All of those are things that I hope that you will add. But in theory, if I click on this one, and I know the camera just went off, but I know if I, but in theory, if I click on one of them, it should move if it's a valid neighbor. What did ij array find blank? So console log ij. Oh, whoops. No. Divided by W and H. Not divided by the number of columns, divided by the width of the column. Is it 0, 1, or 2? Okay. Phew. It's like, what am I? I'm losing my mind here. Okay. No. Oh, not the tiles, the board. Yeah, look at that. Now I'm pressing the buttons, and so now it is solved. If is solved if the board, if so, console log solved. We will not have any fanfare, just a console log solved. So I'm going to write a function is solved, where I'm going to go for let I equal 0, I is less than board.length minus 1. I don't need to check the last one. I plus plus. And then if board index I is not equal to tiles index I dot index, right? Didn't I save where it's supposed to be? Yes, in the tile class. Then that's a piece that's in the wrong place. So return false. And if you get through everything, all of them are in the right place, return true. So if I don't shuffle the board at all in setup, it's solved. It's showing me it's solved. Now if I shuffle it in setup, it's not solved, and I can solve it. Okay, let's make it easier for me to solve. Oh my God, I think I got this. I think I did it. I think I made a slide puzzle. So let's just shuffle it, simple shuffle, like 5 times. Okay, no, it didn't pick. Oh, there we go. Okay, great. So in theory, all I need to do, and I think this is left over from the previous time around, is just click on this element. It will move up and go into place. Solved! Yay! Okay, awesome. So just for fun, because what are we doing but having fun, I am going to have it be 8 by 8, and I am going to let it shuffle 100 times. Well, I guess with more pieces, it's not going to pick the thing randomly. But hold on, this is a little bit harder. Solved. I did it. No, let's keep it. But this is kind of fun because you realize you could do like, a 20 by 20 slide puzzle here. Right? And how many times do I need, obviously, again, I need a better shuffling algorithm. But if I do it 10,000 times, that's a lot of interesting moves there. But let's go back. Let's go back to making it 4 by 4. I'm going to make this puzzle solvable for myself. I'm going to shuffle it. I'm going to do 100 random moves. Oh, camera's off. This is the last thing I'm doing. Let me try. This is the last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to make it 4 by 4. I'm going to shuffle it just 100 times, and let's see if I can solve this. Ooh, shoot. Oh, wait a sec. I think I did it. Yes! I solved it! All right! So what can you do? Well, you can be more thoughtful about what image you pick. You could add animations. There's a million opportunities to refactor this code to make it make more sense. I mean, this object could do so much. I started with I need to make this object oriented, but I did not follow through with that. But also, one prompt that I would have for you is there's no reason you couldn't do this with a video or some abstract generative art drawing. I mean, so many possibilities there, because as long as you have an image, even if it's an image that's changing over time, you can shuffle it and you can solve it. And a move counter for scoring, so many things. Whew. Thank you for watching this coding challenge, and I will see you next time on the coding train. All right, everybody. That's all I got time for today. I don't know if this, I think it's probably pretty unlikely that this is actually going to get edited into something, although I do think it's a nice, so if it doesn't work to edit what I did today, I probably will off live streaming sometime on my own, just kind of recreate this process. So when, I look forward to when all of you be like, see the edited video that's released being like, what, you're wearing different clothes, you did it so much more easily, you really made it nicely object-oriented. So it might be a second pass at doing this, but I'm gonna see if this can be edited and see what happens. All right, I gotta go, so I'm just gonna put on music and get out of here. Sorry that I don't have time to answer any questions or say goodbye. I might be back next Friday or 2 weeks from today. It could also be live streaming instead on a Monday. It all remains to be seen. Thank you again. Let me just give a big shout out to CuriosityStream. Sign up at curiositystream.com/codingtrain. You get 26% off. It's $15 for the entire year for all of the documentaries, plus access to watch Nebula and all the originals and things that are there and all these wonderful content creators. You should definitely support Nebula and CuriosityStream and me. I think they're great. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.